Well, we've almost finished the first major task in settling in Germany, believe it or not. I know it's 4 months in, but this is a lot of getting all the things done that the German government wants us to get done. We've got Molly registered. We opened a German bank account. We have our residency cards. Thank you, Marion Weidlein. One more thing left to do. Get our German driver's license, which you would think would be the easy part because all we have to do is pass an eye test. Well, Linda passed with flying colors. She saw everything perfectly. I flunked it. I saw blurry little circles that sometimes looked like figure eights. I need new glasses. So I went in to get these checked out and get my eyes checked, and it's amazing what a difference it made when they reached the right prescription and suddenly everything was clearer than it had been in months. You know, the same is true of having good spiritual lenses to look at life. That's what Paul is praying for as he prays for the Ephesians in Ephesians chapter 1, when he prays that the Father of glory may give you a spirit of wisdom and of revelation and the knowledge of him, that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, that you may know the hope to which he has called you. He's praying that God would give them a new set of spiritual lenses, heart lenses, lenses for their hearts to see life through. I want you to give you an example of what a difference that makes. Picture a husband sitting on one side of a hospital bed, watching his wife die. On the other side is their son. And as she dies, there's silence and tears on both sides of that bed. Suddenly the father raises his fist in triumph and he smiles. He says, "The cancer didn't win." His son is incredulous. He's even angry. "Dad, how can you say that? Of course the cancer won. Mom's dead. How can you say the cancer didn't win?" The father said to him, "It didn't. It couldn't win. Because of Jesus, the cancer was always doomed to lose." See, the father was looking at what happened to his wife through the lenses of faith. He was looking at his wife's death through the lens of the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, through the fact that Jesus has conquered death. And so because of that fact, he knew that the cancer hadn't won, couldn't win. That even in this moment of death, he and his son and his wife were more than conquerors through Jesus who loved them. Because Jesus died and rose again, he knew that on the last day his wife would be raised to life again, and that they together would stand before God's throne in victory. It's the difference good spiritual lenses make. You know, I've known I needed new glasses for a while. What held me back? I was too cheap to admit it. Got me to thinking, what is it that keeps us from admitting that we need new spiritual lenses? That our spiritual sight is blurry because of sin? Is it pride? Proud to admit when you and I are wrong? Is it selfishness or greed or lust or something like that that wants to continue practicing some particular sinful habit? I knew one lady for whom it was fear. She too was grieving her husband's untimely death. And grief is normal, but her grief went on and grew deeper and deeper over a period of 2 years. And it had begun to blur how she saw everything and everyone in her life and how she treated them. What healed her heart? Well, to make a long story short, basically Jesus gently took off the old glasses of grief and replaced them with the hope of the resurrection. What Paul calls the hope to which he has called us in Christ. The hope that would sustain her even without her husband. The hope that death could not defeat. Suddenly she could see everyone and everything in her life clearly. Suddenly she was able to look at life through the lenses of faith, of grace, forgiveness. What a difference to look at life through the lens of our hope in Christ. Life suddenly becomes clear again.